Good evening and happy Easter, Speed Gaming fans. This is a Final Fantasy Randomizer tournament race for the spring tournament. This is between ShadowWalker and ganonsgonewild. Neither of these players have a loss yet, both sitting at 3-0. One of them's going to advance to 4-0, and one of them will drop back to 3-1. So it's going to be a pretty intense race. I am Elastoid. I am joined in the commentary booth by Magus, and we've got our tracker, Sonny, going for us. How you doing, Magus?
I'm holding up. Managed to get at least some, home-cooked Easter dinner because my folks decided to just, stop by and drop it off since they couldn't get everybody over for it. So, it is what it is.
It is indeed. It looks like these players are both running Fighter Rainbow. I don't believe that there was a draft, though I came in late, so I wouldn't know for sure. And I believe that these runners are about to get underway, so...
More than likely, if it's a rainbow, it's usually them just playing it safe and not drafting, because if you see some crazy party comps, that's when you know it's usually a draft.
Yeah, if you're going to draft, why on earth would you draft a Fighter Rainbow? That just seems sort of silly.
I mean, my thing used to be, until thieves became good, was to always force a double thief.
Okay. Yeah, that remind me never to draft with you.
I mean, it depended on my opponent most of the time. If I was playing against someone good, yeah. If I wasn't, I would be generous, so...
Looks like we're finally underway here. We're going to have an immediate black magic check, and Ice 2 is going to be the only damage magic available. Meanwhile, it looks like...
Well, Zap is also good as well for the instant kills, but Fog 2 is good, as is Cure 3, and the Saber will end up being very good for the Red Mage later on if they find good weapons.
Yeah, so lots of options there. Obviously not a nuke, but you don't feel particularly hamstrung by that magic. And it looks like both of them are going to grab a cabin so they can save outside of... Oh, maybe Ganon's not going to.
Yeah, they usually always, save at the end because it's a restore, but looks like Ganon is also taking an imp fight. Also, the houses roll pretty low to date, so we might actually see a stockpile of them.
It's always nice when houses are cheap, looks like ganonsgonewild just taking level 2 before he goes into Temple of Fiends. We're going to see if that turns into something important.
So I might add that very nice hero run, one encounter right off of the reset, so that'll be very useful for them.
Yeah, we're going to see both of these runners fairly good. It looks like it's 2 encounters in, but yeah, both of these runners fairly good. I'm going to expect that both of them are going to be able to make use of that, as we just have a few item shop freebies sitting here in the chest. Nothing too spectacular.
I mean, if they didn't have access to cabins earlier, that cabin would be a lot more valuable. Let's see what Garland's got. Let's see, for Ice 2. The double Ice 2 should... Well, he rolled low HP on that one.
Yeah, and unsurprisingly, Garland not choosing to be a gatekeeper this seed. So it looks like
bottle
the king has the
chime.
Bottle. Yeah, the king has the bottle and Sarah has the chime. So not immediate progression here.
Well, as soon as they get the canal, it is immediate progression to... Sky, if they really want to do that without the cube, at least for the checks there.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do Mirage, but you wouldn't have access to that incentivized item. So, I mean, that's still going to be cube locked. We'll see what Bicky has for us on ShadowWalker's side in just a second, though. So these are the Sky flags. What that means is that there's going to be an incentivized item hiding in the adamant chest on Sky Floor. So going for the air orb always going to be a priority here, because you can always find something important for progression there as well. we've had a lot of seeds where that's where Floater was. Pirate's no match for Ice 2 magic. ShadowWalker's going to get level 4 off of that, and he's going to get the loot. So, I mean, required, but not immediate progression. So we're going to be looking for a canal to try and get loose. We have Iron Armor available in Provoca. ShadowWalker's going to take advantage of that. He's going to equip the Iron Armor on his fighter there. That's got 24 Absorb. That's going to be a real useful piece of armor to have.
And, sorry about that, I had to stop. And, ooh, Bracken Warp in the Black Magic Shop. That'll be very useful. Especially the warp spells that they don't have anything to really get out of dungeons. But, ooh,
and life available at level 2. So this magic, we're not getting a whole lot of offensive spells just yet, but we definitely have a lot of useful stuff.
I mean, they also have some of the decent possible, KO spells in Brack and Zap on that one. Sorry, it took me a minute to remember that one, but still, that will be, at least pretty useful when they can hit on that one. And with the life spell, they'll be able to get, the party up and going, although they'll have to forego Exfer, which is very good for stripping, resistances and stuff like that to your opponent, and just money, a house, that'll be useful, and more money.
So, Ganon's Gone Wild, it looks like he went to Provoca with a fair bit more cash in his pocket, so he was able to purchase those spells before ShadowWalker. Like, ShadowWalker's going to have to go back if he wants Warp and Life. He was able to get the Brack spell, but nothing else.
I wonder if we will see a pop grind from either our runners. Those that don't know, pop is short for Peninsula of Power. It's basically because of where the encounter zones overlap. You can manage to fight some, later game enemies really early in the game and just basically grind up fast.
Yeah, honestly, unless we see a vendor item in Elfland for max price or something like that, I'm not going to expect to see a pop grind out of either of these runners. We're in the 3-0 bracket right now. These runners both quite fast. ShadowWalker, of course, being a veteran of a couple years, and Ganon's Gone Wild. While he's new to this randomizer, he's not particularly new to speedrunning in general, and he's picked it up very quickly. Currently sitting undefeated.
Oh, and the Odd Eyes having fire too. That's going to hurt them a little bit. And ShadowWalker opting to, since being by Corneria, taking the free heal. Well, basically the free heal from the Corneria Inn.
Absolutely. It's useful to be able to just use that as like an extra tent, and reset that encounter table. Because you don't want to run into Odd Eyes.
Not just that, looks like Ganon's Gone Wild is going over, picking up a few pures and a lot more cabins. It's always a good recommendation to pick up some extra pures, just because honestly, you never know when you're going to run into poison and stuff like that. In which like the secure 3 will mean that he's going to go get it in real quick.
Yeah, I've definitely lost some time. I think all experienced runners have had the experience of losing time to forgetting to purchase pures, and it's usually not an issue, but when it is, it feels pretty bad.
Very, very true. And will Shadow see the Odd Eyes with... Nope. Gets a higher roll on that one. Wood Shield pickup and a bit more cash in the Dwarven chests.
So ShadowWalker not likely to see that too much, but even if you do, the Odd Eyes easy enough to avoid. So Fire 2 going to be potentially a temporary setback, but I don't expect it to be a major game changer in this.
And looks like ShadowWalker is doing something smart, which Ganon's Gone Wild didn't, picking up a few softs just in case for any of the Stone Touch enemies. Here's level 3 magic. Let's see. Lit 2, Quad X, Sleep, and Slow. Lit 2 is worth it, but if you can get away without spending the money on it, then it's worth it. but also picking up, just a variety of spells there. Quad X being the instant kill spell.
He almost picked up sleep, but a red mage learnable cure 4 and a red mage learnable exit. That's pretty good.
That is amazing level 3 magic. Although the problem is that it will mean you'll have to choose between the cure 4 and the exit depending on the dungeon.
Yeah, well, the red mage didn't get Quad X, he only got the Lit 2, so he's going to be able to get both.
Oh, I get that. I'm just saying, if it's given a choice of whether or not you need to exit a dungeon on that one. Ooh, and heal 3 at level 4. Let's see, Fire, Hold, Lit, and I couldn't see the last one, but I'm assuming the major on that one. Although the heal 3 at level 4 is going to be very useful for the full party spells and dungeons.
So the magic absolutely loaded in this particular seed. Looks like they're not going to have too much difficulty in the
I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Life 2 is a level 4. That's even better.
Yeah,
Life and Life 2.
Life 2 being available is not as important because we have a life even being learnable for the night, but it's still nice to have.
I mean,
nobody's ever going to object to having Life 2.
I mean, I'm always a fan of having Life 2 because it's a full heal on the revive, so it's worth, sometimes it's just worth letting a party member die and just Life 2ing them up instead of spending the time in the heal pots healing them.
Absolutely. Why is it doing that? Okay.
So let's see. Is Mars going to play nice or not today?
Well, it's going to be hard-pressed for Marsh to be too much trouble, considering all of the tools that they have available. When you have Revival Magic on 2 party members, plus you have Exit, you feel fairly competent. That said, we're only at level 4 on ShadowWalker's side, at least, so he won't have any access to the level 3 magic.
And Pro Ring pickup for both of our runners with ganonsgonewild at level 5. I know level 8 is when you get level 4 spell charges. I'm not sure about level 3.
When you get level 3, so he's going to grab the canal, and you're going to see ganonsgonewild take a bit of a lead because.
That's even nice. Defense sword early.
Finding the defense sword, definitely going to be useful. And now we see a possible route divergence. ShadowWalker is going to go back down, and ganonsgonewild is not. So these are chests that ShadowWalker will check that ganonsgonewild will not. If these are useful, this could be very important. And if they're not, then ganonsgonewild will have an early lead.
I mean, with exit and able to pop that house, useful. Plus, also, it's a good source of money to pick up the remainder of those level 4 spells without having to wait on that one. Ooh, ice armor. That'll be very useful for the knight. Well, the fighter once it, that went pro cape, cabin.
So we're seeing useful gear so far. Nothing that ganonsgonewild can't do without, but definitely not going to feel like a whammy on ShadowWalker's side.
I mean, let's see what the trap tile is. Ooh, an air. Not bad. I mean, if they could manage to... If they had Nuke or Fade, they could actually spam, go for the grind there. Bit more money.
Yeah,
Silver knife.
He potentially lucked out there with there only being one air to face. That encounter could have been several more. And... could potentially have gone poorly for him, but
most likely what we will see is, unless the last chest is very good, we'll most likely see a reset out and just continue on, because not having that exit charge, I don't know if they have warp or not.
He doesn't have exit. I believe he grabbed warp.
By that I mean just charges of it, but unless there's anything useful here, I'm assuming you'll just probably see a reset out. As that ice armor, as good as it is not worth trying to walk back, especially with party members dying now.
Oh wow! So He does have life available, so and he does have warp. So despite
only
all
one
that,
use of
he'll
it.
be fine. He sees the tent, and he's gonna warp out just to take that ice armor. So
That is a play. That is a very smart play too, considering how much defense that ice armor gives you early on. Plus, that extra gold is going to be useful as well, and still no vendor item.
absolutely, it looks like on Ganon's Gone Wild side, he's decided his red mage has access to life, has access to exit. His white mage has access to the dirt. It looks like he's gonna Dan that character. As we see, Nuke is level 6. It's going to be Black Mage learnable, I believe. It's going to be Red Wizard learnable.
I mean...
Or it's not going to be Red Wizard learnable.
Oh, that'll be fun. Crystal from the Sages.
Crystal from the Sages is a bit of a fetch quest, but, I mean, there's not a whole lot that you can do right now beyond diving Rodless Earth. Now, without the canoe... They're not going to be taking too many dungeons. So you can sail down to Onrak and look for a vendor item, or you can just turn that crystal in.
They do also have the check of the Mirage Tower if they really want to. So that is a play.
That is a play. I don't know that they really want to. Nobody likes sailing for a Mirage double dip. But I mean, it's
sailing for Earth either, but... it's basically Earth, Mirage, or that crystal's got to pay off. So it's... And with Ganon's Gone Wild being by Crescent Lake, also taking some peats for some extra XP, they might actually consider the the Mirage Tower play, considering how long it will take them to get to there. A little bit down and then to the left.
Yeah, nobody enjoys going in and out of the inner sea. It looks like we're taking some levels here. Surprising that he's not. Surprising that he's taking these fights while still having the white mage alive. But I think he's trying to get her killed off. So he's using Brack rather than any kind of AoE magic. He wants these Peds to live long enough to kill the white mage, and they do their job. So he's going to switch to Ice 2.
I think what he's hoping to do is get a few extra levels on that red mage and black mage and fighter, before reviving the white mage as well on that one. Figuring, he doesn't need them to be super strong, just needs them to have casts of their spells, which is something that they will be able to pick up, during the balking line later. So,
having a bit of a problem here. His fighter doesn't have a weapon yet, so we need these Brack charges to land. The last Brack did, but these Peds are fairly beefy. He doesn't have any Quad X or Brack anymore. He's only got these 4 Ice 2s. It's possible he should be cutting his losses and running away from this. And that's likely what he's going to do.
Yeah. Will he get away? Can't run. Miss.
Okay, so he does escape, and we're going to expect to see... oh yeah, he almost accidentally revived that white mage. What's the point of killing the white mage if you bring her right back up?
I mean, with the spell, you'll probably see her... probably see the white mage revived later on, just needing to grind up some... levels, because you really don't need that many charges of later spells when you have Life 2 and Cure 4, within the first 4 slots.
So yeah, it looks like Ganon's Gone Wild sort of gave away his lead during that grind, but ShadowWalker's looking to give it back by taking this speed grind as well.
And it's looking like, let's see, where are you going? Looks like Ganon's Gone Wild is doing the Sky play. At least by the way that he is headed. Looks like he is headed towards Mirage, if my memory of the world map is correct.
No, I'm going to expect that he's going around to get into the Inner Sea again. It's possible he's going to Mirage or to Earth Cave, but
Or maybe just taking the vendor shop at on-rack, but I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah,
There.
I would be expecting him to try and turn in the crystal at this point, but we'll see what he wants to do.
Hmm.
The Fire 2 Odd Eyes giving him a little bit of a hassle, but he's got enough levels right now that he can survive it. So
Very true, and looks like you're most likely right with display the turn of the crystal. I know if it was me, considering where Crescent Lake is, I would consider, depending on the spells, going to check Sky, but that's me. I mean, the crystal could be an actual, could just be a fetch quest with, the floor hammer or the power bonk, or just another fetch quest as well.
it could easily be, but he's going to take the time to make absolutely certain, because if you sail all the way south to where the to where Mirage Tower is, and you find nothing there, and you have to just sail back, it's a long sail. It's just a huge time sink. So he's going to make the safer play of checking this crystal first, because it's more likely to have progression than the like 20 some odd chests that you find in Mirage.
I will laugh though if it's the cube.
Oh,
I
well,
will laugh if it's the cube.
he's going to be absolutely ecstatic that he went back.
Well,
But no, it's the vanilla herb, because Final Fantasy Randomizer, of course, has a sense of dramatic timing. So every episode a cliffhanger.
I mean, he's got to go deliver the drugs to the prince, because the prince really wants his dank herbs.
Yeah, this is a strange herb, because rather than one that puts you to sleep, this is one that wakes you up. So he's gonna go ahead, wake up the prince, and then see if he's got anything to give him for progression. How much you want to bet it's a crown, or like TNT or something?
Oh, that would be funny on that one. So let's see. Getting to give the prince is waking up.
It's the ruby. The ruby's actually a lot better than the TNT or the crown, because it opens up 2 progression locations. So potentially he could find the canoe and the floater from this ruby.
Yeah, but I'm hoping the floater is locked deep inside like Sky, or just like some out of the way place, like maybe key locked to Marsh. I'm hoping it's one of the loose items tonight.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping that there are 2 loose items. I hope that the TNT is loose in Mermaids, and I hope that it's the Mystic Key. And I hope the other loose item is the rod, and that it's loose in TFC.
Yeah.
That would be a forced double dip to get that one chest, so we'd be here for like 3 hours.
Yeah,
TFC rod.
Let's see, level 5 we got Quake. Ooh. Now that black magic shop is a bit stacked. And Viz 2 at level 5 white magic, alongside Lit 3, Fire 3, and God, I forget what the last one was, but
Chad asked me why I'm so terrible. Because my mom raised me right.
Just said, I'm hoping for something even worse.
If you can come up with a worse prospectus than TNT Mermaids into key into TFC rod, if you can come up with something worse than that, I'd be impressed.
Give me a few minutes and I'll see what I can think up.
Yeah, I'll give you some time to crunch the numbers there. Like if you like bottle leading to floater, I guess that would be worse if it was possible, but it's
not, but slab. Although I would love to see, instead of the rod being there, that option, the only thing I could see that's worse is the floater being there and the vendor item and the bottle being, locked behind it, or even the canoe. But let's see what the Titan's holding. money, house, procate, tail.
And the tail. So wait, was it the slab? What was Sarda holding? Because that does not look like immediate progression to me. So we're gonna see. I didn't catch what Sarda was holding. It was a slab, yeah. So this is either Earth or you're right about Mirage being the play. So Earth is going to be the one that Ganon's going to check because of course it is. And looks like it's going to be a Grey Worm trap tile. We're going to see they are not quad-Xable. And Fighter Punching is not going to do too much work. They are weak to Ice too, but looks like Ganon's Gone Wild not particularly interested in giving that a try.
I mean, could try Brack, but still, it's just a piece of clothing. Wizogre Cerberus Fight. It's actually a decent grind tile, depending on how often the Wizogre comes up. If it's just the Cerberuses, then that actually is a decent, grind.
Yeah, I mean it's not gonna get you to level 25 or anything like that, but I don't think that Ganon's likely to try and take that far. He's gonna get a few levels, gonna potentially get some level 4 magic on his red mage, and
I could see maybe going to what 15 at most likely. Maybe if you really want to push it, 20 and ooh, a ribbon.
A ribbon is nice. It is not progression. So, like, both runners likely, sort of crossing their fingers and hoping that it's not a Mirage play. As you see, the Cerberus is quad-Xable.
Which is very useful.
And lots of money available, but so far we've had just whammies in terms of what we've found.
And as I said, looks like Ganon's Gone Wild is going to take that trap tile a bit, because with them being quad-Xable, it's really, it's just a very good grind tile, especially since he has 2 uses of quad-X a turn. Unless you're getting like a full pack, of them, you can one round them. I'm surprised neither of them haven't tried Zap yet.
Yeah, you've got lots of insta-death options. Ganon's Gone Wild gonna find the ribbon, gonna likely put that on the red mage, because it's real nice to have your life caster immune to everything.
I mean, one of the nicest things is that with a lot of the spells that they've got that are insta-death, I'm hoping that we see, looks like Ganon's Gone Wild does not have Zap, though ShadowWalker having that can actually see if he can manage to one-shot them with that. Because if they are zappable, that's a full party. That is a full party, full enemy encounter spell, which would have dramatically, saved time.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this is just not a good grind. He's getting 2,000 from a 4-man. The problem is you're not likely to see 3 Cerebuses. This is
True
1 to 3 Cerebus, and I think 0 to 2 ogres.
Ooh, and we just saw lots of money.
Yeah, and a silver bracelet going to be placed on ShadowWalker's white mage, as he's keeping all 4 alive.
I mean, on a positive note, they did not have, since they don't have a thief that's a sellable katana, which is going to be very, very useful.
Ganon's Gone Wild going to check these last 2 chests. He's sort of ceded the lead back up to ShadowWalker there. He had a bit of a lead as a result of his just not digging the deep part of marsh, although that actually may come back to bite him because he may return to Marsh to look for progression before he goes into the Mirage Tower. Meanwhile, ShadowWalker knows that progression is not in Marsh.
Unless it's key locked Marsh, but I mean that might be a benefit for Ganon's Gone Wild if the progression is key locked Marsh, as they will more likely check there sooner versus later because having the full Marsh dive.
Yeah, this is potentially dangerous for Ganon's Gone Wild. If he doesn't find Canoe, well, if he doesn't find any progression in here in Earth Cave, if it is in Mirage, he's unlikely to go there immediately, and ShadowWalker will sort of solidify his lead.
Very, very true.
Ganon's Gone Wild finding the Cerebus. He's taking these fights. I don't know how much time he should be spent. Yeah, he thinks better of it and is going to run.
Yeah, on that one. Having to check those. Although if you had the spell charges, I would consider warping out instead of actually having to do the run back, as it can save some time, especially on the floor that Ganon's Gone Wild is still on. Let's see now.
Yeah, kissed you in chat what the flag set is. This is the spring tournament air flags. So I'll post a string of flags in here if that means anything. But yeah, this is the spring tournament, and the flags are air. So that means that the incentive location. There's going to be 2 loose items, and there's going to be 1 in Sky Palace.
In the vanilla Adamant chest, that went in. Looks like the giants are unrunnable as well.
They're unrunnable, but they're quad Xable, so he's going to be able to get through there. So this is we've got 2 more chests left to check.
The speed bump chest and the one that ShadowWalker is just about to get to.
Images with Dazzle, and we don't have any fire magic, so we don't have an easy way to clean them up. They do have low HP, so Lit 2 is going to do the job, mostly.
That is an actual decent pickup for ShadowWalker, and will be a decent pickup once Ganon Gone Wild gets to that one. With the Bane
Images
sword.
with Toxic, and fortunately for Ganon's Gone Wild, he had a couple pro rings on, so he's gonna use Life to bring that fighter back up, but that those images could have been worse.
And let's see the last chest available.
And we have confirmed that progression is not here in Earth Cave, so that is likely to put ShadowWalker just firmly in the lead, because he's going to be going to Mirage, where Ganon's Gone Wild may make the Marsh play.
I'm betting more than likely he'll head to Mirage as well, considering where he is, and considering there's more checks in Mirage than there are in Marsh. And no one really likes to go to Marsh just in case of anything.
That's true, but I mean, you're gonna expect Ganon's Gone Wild. He's closer right now to Marsh than he is to Mirage. I don't expect him to sail halfway across the world to check Mirage and then potentially have to sail halfway back across the world to Marsh, knowing if it is in Marsh, there's a good chance that his opponent's already picked it up.
Yes, but at the same point, we'll see which way he goes. My prediction is probably towards Sky as well. But, opting to skip that original chest. Opting to skip the chest that's got the Bane Sword right now.
Yeah, he'll likely check that chest before he exits out. But gonna take a look at the Vampire chest first, possibly. As ShadowWalker, before he does the...
We're going to on-rack.
But yeah, before he does the Mirage play, he's going to make the smart check for the vendor item in on-rack.
Let's see. Vendor.
And there it is, the rod! Oh! Okay, that's not worse, but it's pretty bad.
Everybody, but...
Oh, that makes me happy.
The double dip. That is required.
So if you're ShadowWalker, what do you do here? Do you...
You grind.
Like Mirage
You grind for
isn't
the
that
cash.
far away now. Do you go to Mirage to try and check chests for the money, or do you stay here and grind?
Well, if he remembers, he did also pick up a katana he could sell.
Yeah, if only OnRack had a weapon shop.
I forgot they didn't.
They've got no use for weapons. He also, like, if the katana wasn't enough, he could sell the Bane sword. You know, like, he's definitely doesn't need to be spending a whole lot of minutes doing it. But unfortunately, he may, because
As a positive note, Ganon's Gone Wild has nearly the amount of money needed. So, if he manages to actually get through this, you know, and decides to go check OnRack, then he will be set to be able to buy that rod.
Absolutely. If he checks OnRack, so we'll see what he chooses to do. It looks like he's okay. He could be trying to access Marsh, but not from the Inner Sea. He could be going to the Elfland port, or he could be.
That might be the play.
Yeah, if he does, that's a smart little optimization. Not trapping yourself in the Inner Sea there, knowing you're going to be going from the port at Elfland either way, so might as well take the South port.
And it looks like ShadowWalker is testing the Saber Tiger fight to see how easy they are to be killed off of, to see if you can get some money from it.
Yeah, chat pointing out Mirage has 18 chests, whereas Marsh Cave only has 10 chests, but Marsh Cave is here. So, Ganon's Gone Wild, likely, he's checked 4 chests, so he's gonna check these 6 that are available in Marsh before he's gonna go south.
Yep, and he'll be rewarded with his ice armor, and I forget what else was there that was really good. But the nicest thing is Ganon's Gone Wild has more than enough money to buy that rod outright.
Yeah, if only he knew. So yeah, he's going back to Marsh, and whether and he's out of save items is possible. Yeah, he's gonna reset out and grab some save items. So going back to Marsh, either way, you're kicking yourself, because you know, like, whether it has it or not, like, even though he was technically correct to skip the bottom of Marsh, right? Because he's now sitting there not knowing where to go next, you know, like the thing is, when you clear it, you know it's empty. And ShadowWalker knows it's empty. It looks like he's gonna go sell some armor, sell some weapons or something.
Buying some cabins. Probably also.
What are you doing, ShadowWalker? Are you doing a pop grind? Is that what?
More than likely, let's see. Will he think about selling that katana?
He didn't think about it long enough, apparently.
Maybe he has forgotten that he has a katana.
It's possible he forgot that he's got a Bane sword. Like, you've got, even if the katana wasn't enough, you've got plenty to sell. You know, like, I don't like selling the Bane sword, but I like it a whole lot more than blowing time on a pop grind.
You've got Bane sword, you've got a cloth item, you've got enough stuff that you could sell to make it.
Oh, it's not even going to be a pop grind. It's going to be that Cerebus grind. I
mean, it isn't a bad tile, and it does give a decent amount of money. To be fair,
it's not a bad tile, but it's certainly not a good one.
Now,
he's checking to see what else is there. We know that the Grey Worm tile's there, and that's going to be a decent tile, because there's 4 of them. Oh nope, they have Blaze. It was decent. It became less decent.
I think still gonna take it. No, checking the other tile as well.
Yeah, so he's trying to run from this one, but if they open with Blaze,
Blaze Slain, And no run.
He's just trying to get through so he can see what's next, right? Because
I mean, could always go from the bottom, but that takes a lot longer.
So the fighter mage, that's a good tile. He's gonna take some levels here. He's gonna take some money here. At this point, depending on when he leaves, Ganonsgonewild can make up some time because he does have enough money to purchase that rod.
Yes, he does. So that will be interesting. That Cerberus, grind actually coming in handy.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but
I mean, it got him enough money.
I think it may have got him more some money, but I think more importantly, he's danned his white mage, so he spent a lot less on the more expensive magic.
Very true.
There's a bit more to it than just the money he got from those Cerebus. That said, it's not important. What's important is he's confirmed that that Marsh Cave has nothing, and he knows that it's Mirage now. Rather that it's Onrak or Mirage. Let's see what he chooses to do next.
I mean, as a positive note, one of the most comical things is, do you check Mirage first or check Onrak first? If you were him.
If I were him, well, I mean, I want to say that I would check Onrak first if I remembered it. It looks like we're not sure which direction he's going yet. If you remember it, one incentive is better than even like 25 chests. And it looks like he's doing it.
Doing where it is, and considering where the world map goes, yes, it's easier to get to Onrak than anything else. He'll pick up his rod, but here's the question. Do you immediately go back to Earth, or since you are in the area, actually check Mirage? Either way, it's still going to take you a bit.
After he purchases rod, are you going to go to the double dip of Earth, or are you going... are you going to Mirage first? Because it would be hilarious if we go through Earth and find no loose item.
Yes, it would. I think, honestly, due to location, heading north will not one, so as long as he doesn't head north after the Cardia Islands, I was going to say probably Mirage, but heading north this way is signaling headed towards Earth.
And you were worried I was going to roll an easy seed. I'm pretty sure that one of these runners is going to burn me in effigy later.
Nah, they haven't seen anything too crazy. I mean, if the overworld was dangerous and the dungeons were dangerous, then yeah, that's 100% they would. But
loose rod in Onrak before you have canoe, I think is pretty cheeky. Or vendor item rod at Onrak. That's
what would be worse? The seed gives them the actual God, what is it? The Oxyale.
Oh, that could be bad.
Oxyale or the cube.
Yeah, a loose Oxyale or a loose cube. What would be great is there's nothing at all in Earth Cave.
Yeah, that would be bad.
So there's nothing at all in Earth Cave, and a loose Oxyale in Mirage.
True enough. That or a loose cube leading to the Oxyale.
Or better yet, a loose TNT leading to Oxyale.
Oh, what? You wouldn't want to go adamant to basically, or what? You wouldn't want like adamant to have to lead to the TNT just for the X. Oh no, the adamant leading to the TNT leading to the crown leading to the adamant to finally getting the Oxyale.
I don't know. I like the idea of maintaining the dwarf cave as another important check later.
True enough. but both of our runners are back in the Earth Cave. So let's see now.
So yeah, it looks like Ganon's Gone Wild has a little bit of a lead. He did manage to pick up that rod slightly earlier, but runners are still fairly neck and neck. We're on the same floor here. ShadowWalker still executing just slightly faster. He's making up a lot of ground.
Oh god, I just thought of something even worse. Having our last loose be in the TFC after literally having to go everywhere to pick up, basically leaving the floater in there with having to actually go through all of, Mirage to basically pick up, the key in there after literally having to, finally get the canoe to get, the last incentive item in Ice.
Oh, there's lots of evil that can still be done in this seed.
Even without mobs, having a lot of good stuff. And God, I'm hoping for a good Topher. I'm hoping for an insanely bad Topher for them. Because, yes, we are all evil when it comes to actually not having to run this game.
So,
although the runners know it and they enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that if we could see their webcams, we'd see smiling faces on both of them.
Oh, someone say, stuff like, what I was saying on that one, but let's see what we got. Money?
Nothing!
Light axe? I mean, that light axe is useful.
No, this is great! It's nothing! Oh, it's Lucid Mirage!
Called it! I called it!
I'm so
I told ya! Told ya!
So, as Tarnan pointed out, both runners have to feel incredibly behind right now.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, the only person who would ever win this seed is Greggly Puff. Because Greggly Puff is the guy who's going to go make that insane Mirage play.
I mean, as I said, I considered it.
I feel like I might have made the Mirage play before I went and... I might have checked Mirage before I went and checked Earth with the rod, because progression being what it is doesn't matter. You've got 8 chests down here, you have 18 in Mirage.
Yeah, if you're going by the numbers, it would be that one. Although the nicest thing is picking up that light axe. They do pick up a decent weapon for the fighter.
They would trade literally all of their equipment right now for a canoe, right? Ribbon and all. If they could just get a canoe and go, they would make that trade.
And let's see what Lich One's got. I'm hoping for something that basically makes them die. I'm sorry, runners. When you watch this,
respecting Lich in 2020, man.
When the runners watch this VOD back, I'm sorry, but you would feel the same way if you were on comm.
You have the light axe. You could be using the light axe to damage Lich.
Some runners do forget that does damage enemy. Does damage undead enemies.
Equip it and swing it like an axe.
That I think they are.
Yeah, Lich has
Blaze.
Lich was sitting on Blaze this whole time.
Ice 2, Lightning 2. Let's see, that fighter's nearly dead. Light Axe. That one, 2 comes out. 52 damage. Kraken rolled beefy It's rolled beefy today.
Lich has decided to be a fiend this time.
Ice 2, that one, Light Axe on that one. 82 damage. Ice 2 again. 30-something ink. Free turn.
These runners neck and neck. Nobody has anything really strong to damage the Lich.
53 damage. Ice 2 again. 32 damage. I'm surprised at our runners. They have... Oh, no. Here's the funniest thing. They have Quad X.
Yeah, Quad X is not going to work.
Oh, and damage...
Lich is immune to death attacks because Lich is already dead.
Oh, but...
This spider standing there.
Oh, God. I'm hoping they get the extra encounter. I'm hoping to get the extra encounter.
Oh, wow. ShadowWalker lost the Black Mage. This... Oh, and Cure 4 is down? Okay, ShadowWalker adapted. He's going to use Zap.
Yeah.
This could be effective here.
Not effective, but still the one shot of it. So I don't know the odds on that one. Ed going again. Ooh, it erases him.
Oh, wow. So ShadowWalker making up some ground there. And manages to get out of that Lich fight.
And both of our runners getting their first orb. What? Let's go at the 47 or 46 minute mark.
Yeah. So this seed's still paying out dividends with a like that Lich fight would have been a lot easier if they had even Fire 2. But of course they did not, and Ganon's Gone Wild. I don't know where you're going. What are you doing? There's nothing in on-rack for you, man.
Yeah,
do you have
maybe checking level 7 spells?
They don't have Oxyale, do they?
No, they do not.
No?
Oh, I see.
Oh, well,
the entire party is dead. And
all of a sudden, things make sense. Because he could not revive them in Melmond. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Melmond sucks. This is just a friendly PSA to remind everybody. Melmond sucks. Don't go to Melmond.
Well,
Don't buy real
remember,
estate in Melmond.
Remember, there's also the Zozo Mountain flag, so that desert tiles will even cause you to get encounters.
Yeah, because Melmond sucks. Like, Melmond's just a terrible place.
I mean, it's being affected by the vampire, but yeah, ShadowWalker going to Mirage, and I technically would say ShadowWalker is now on the lead again.
ShadowWalker is in the lead.
Ganon's Gone Wild is on their way.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Having
Money.
to revive his party would sort of put him back behind, but...
Money, Dragon Sword... Sorry, interrupt you. More money.
And
Adam.
Please be
I'm sorry for the loudness.
Please be the cube.
Yeah, come on. Go. No. Cube or Oxyale leading to the cube.
Oh wow, this seed is delivering. All right, we're going to approach the 1 hour mark. And still be hunting for a canoe.
I'm surprised Shadow is bailing out of there.
Yeah, you're right. There could be the second loose enemy.
Yep. So let's see. Will Ganon's Gone Wild go back in? Nope.
No, he's burning encounters. Nope, he's not going back in either. Okay, so... Now I know what I want. I want Adamant to be a Thor hammer. And I want TNT to be on the greater than less than floor. And that's Canoe. Because that would make me happy.
What, you wouldn't want the crown and then make them have to go that way?
It could. I would take the crown or the TNT. Just make them go back to the...
Ooh. Shadow actually checking.
ShadowWalker realizing, okay, no, this seed isn't being kind to me. I am definitely gonna check these other chests.
I mean, having exited Warp, it is a play, and honestly, I do not fault him at all. If anything ends up being here, he has immediately got the lead. Because, if his opponent decided to nope out of this and chase that adamant, and it is anything that is not progression, then he is in the lead.
ShadowWalker could find a loose floater in there and still not feel in the lead. Like, there's no feeling in the lead for either of these runners, because the fact is we are 53 minutes in and we don't have a canoe. That is not a feeling of being ahead.
So what do you want to be the worst? I mean, now that you're saying about cube on this one as a loose item here, I sort of want it to be on the other stuff. Let's see, money,
I don't
cabin,
want it to be the loose
heel
cube. I
staff,
want it to be the loose TNT
money,
leading cube.
money, white shirt. Now that is actually a nice pickup. Mage staff, so they
And
have
the
a
mage
instant thing of fire.
The mage staff being their only access to fire magic. So yeah, this adamant we know will be progression. As sad as we are about that.
And the white shirt pickup, the early white shirt pickup for Shadow is going to be very good for those later fights. So let's see, what is the Dwarven Blacksmith give us today?
The crown. The crown's going to be the TNT. It's got to be a jerk thing. It can't. We know for a fact that this is progression because we have checked. Although you know what it could be.
No.
It could lead to the key, and it could be key locked. So we won't.
Lock Marsh would be priceless, but
if we're looking for the worst thing ever, right? Let's have the crown lead to the key, and let's have the TNT be loose in key locked marsh.
I mean, I could see
that'll be the canoe.
Nah, that's not the worst. Worst would be crown to cube to TNT to finally get the Oxyale, with the floater being, with the canoe being loose. Sorry, the canoe or the key being loose. No, it would have to be the canoe then, but still, the canoe.
Astos giving up the canoe, so at 54 minutes and 57 seconds, Ganon's Gone Wild, the first runner to find the canoe.
And I'm pretty sure it's not.
And we all feel the same way, as much sympathy as we have for these runners. We wanted to see how bad this seed could get, and unfortunately, they finally found some mercy. So,
I mean, not yet. Not yet.
The canoe is going to open up. It's going to open up Ice Cave. It's going to open up Ordeals. It's going to open up Waterfall, and they will find some progression there soon enough. So,
I mean, not necessarily. We still have one more loose item, and all three of those item locations could be our Thor Hammer, our Power Bonk, and our Opal Cheerio.
Yeah. So, one more reminder, because I found it on our recap about Melman being terrible. There is a dwarf in Melman that you will meet. His name is Jim, and when you talk to Jim, the first thing he wants to tell you is that he does not live in Melman. He says, "I'm here investigating. Do not associate me with Melman." That's how bad it is. It's the only place where the people you talk to say, "Yeah, I'm not from here. I want you to know that."
And I will point this out. Thank you, Stronghand, for subscribing with your Twitch Prime sub. Thank you. Speed Gaming appreciates that, and hope you're enjoying the seed.
Okay, so Ganon's Gone Wild with the canoe, probably feeling behind, though he is slightly ahead. Where would you be going?
With what you got one orb lit. You're gonna see Ice Cave Orb deals. You're not gonna see Volcano. As much as you would want to see Volcano, you're gonna see either of those. And with where you are at, let's see, sailing down that way, so we'll see which way he turns at the cape of this. If he goes to the left, then I'm probably gonna say Ice Cave, which is looking more and more like that's his choice.
Yeah, Ice Cave and potentially Gurgu. Get another get another dungeon out of the way, because when you're this late, you got to be thinking, if you don't find Floater right away, you might go ahead and skip it. Although it's unlikely that you'll be able to do so with the slab and bottle still active. So we're approaching an hour. If you're just tuning in, this is the seed that was designed to troll people. So the king gave us the bottle, Princess Sarah gave us the chime, which, unbeknownst to anyone at the time, was progression. Unbeknownst to anybody but Magius.
Yeah.
The crystal was given to us by the sages, and that began a nice trek around the world. It led to the herb, which led to the ruby, and that ruby, which you think, oh, that's going to give us something. No, it gave us the tail and the slab, so 2 more items that you cannot turn in until you're flying.
And the runners decided to both check Earth Cave since they were there. It had nothing. They decided to then check Andrak before checking Mirage. They found the loose rod. So rather than checking Mirage, they decided to buy the, buy the rod. They then went back to Earth, cleared Earth. It had nothing. So they finally had to go to Mirage. And we got a route divergence. Shadow going to Ordeals and Ganon's Gone Wild going to Ice.
So, Ganon's Gone Wild is going to check Ice Cave. We've got Warp available, so Warp's going to make both Ordeals and Ice Cave faster. And this route divergence may wind up determining a lot of stuff here. Whoever finds the floater first is going to have a huge advantage.
Well, that, or the key, or the cube. Or the Oxyale.
Yeah, key, cube, Oxyale, all great things to find. Every single chest you check, you're hoping to see a floater.
I mean, I'm hoping floater is what, TFC?
Oh yeah, like I'm hoping that this is going to be a floaterless seed because I've enjoyed this first hour of commentary and I want to do 2 more of it. But
yeah.
But what they're hoping to find is floater.
Yeah.
Lacking that.
Okay, coming up to the actual incentivized location, they will be doing that one. Ooh, rafts with cremates. Not bad.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, and hold too. Ineffective on that one. Let's see. Red Maids, what are you doing? Light 2. Let's see. Also on Shadow side, money. They also have Squint.
Oh man, Ice Cave
Sorcerers.
is not playing well, but of course it's not playing well in this seed.
Let's see. Money, Assault. Let's see here. We got. Let's see. More money. Shield, heal potion.
So ShadowWalker, considering exiting out before grabbing the incentive chest, but I think he's going to think better of it. No, let's go ahead and check this.
And the incentive chest was TNT.
TNT. So, if you're ShadowWalker, do you turn in the TNT or do you go to the waterfall and say, "I will not be continually trolled"?
I'm trying to remember the overworld map at present. I think Anrak is closer than the dwarves, so Waterfall is most likely to play.
Yeah, so Waterfall's going to be the play.
Oh, an Ice Cave! Thank you, Ice Cave!
A rare... Yeah, what did Ice Cave have?
Wars.
Thor hammer. And a rare Len the Cat site in our chat. Len is a runner of this game, but has been taking some time off. Always glad to see him around.
Yep. Round you go. Where the seed stops, nobody knows.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Randomizer has an excellent community. Got lots of great people. So many great people that, well, apparently we don't have room for all of them at once, so a lot of people are constantly on hiatus.
Oh, and looks like Ganon's Gone Wild is actually opting to check the volcano since he's here anyway.
Yeah, he is here anyway. There is another loose item, so there's always the chance that he's going to find, like, a loose floater in here.
Yep, let's see.
Loose floater in a volcano has been a terrible meme.
Yep, 13 gold. Let's see what else we got.
So, to anyone just tuning in, including potentially one fine day, this race, so far, at 53 minutes, we had our first canoe.
Oh, dragon armor for Ganon's Gone Wild.
The canoe was from the crown, the canoe, it was from the crown, which was from the adamant, which was in Mirage 1. And there were a whole bunch of other trolls and misdirects before you got there.
I mean, if you had checked Mirage earlier, you'd be way ahead. Oh, nice sword pickup in black shirt.
Yeah, if you
that armory actually paying off.
It would be Greggly Puff, but Will Bloodworth, he said key and hairpin. Yeah, but if key is in hairpin, it'll be loose, which means it won't be progression. There won't be a third loose item behind key lock.
Very true. Also, that armory paying dividends.
Ganon's Gone Wild not gonna full clear the armory because whatever happened to him with Marsh, he's willing to have it happen again.
Also, ShadowWalker having to do with these shag fights.
To answer Len the Cat, no, we did not. We didn't see hairpin or any of the other sort of assorted chests. We saw the cluster in the armory proper. And there's the floater. There's the floater in Waterfall. So ShadowWalker takes a clear lead here. He also finds a stun sword, which he's going to enjoy for however long it takes for him to use that floater.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd even bother to equip it at this point, because you're not going to be taking many fights. You're going straight to the Ryokan Desert. You're going to turn in that floater, grab that airship, and then you're probably going to go straight to Bahamut and class change. So you can, and then the next thing you're going to do after your class change is going to be going straight back to that equipment screen.
Yep, and I might add the Rock and Mud Goal fight, if they rolled low enough, is pretty good encounter tile.
Oh yeah, there's some great grind tiles here, but more importantly, like the one thing, like I said, that you're looking for is the floater, and we know Ganon's Gone Wild will not find it here. So,
well, the nicest thing is that he will have cleared out a second dungeon. So more than likely after this, we'll be headed to Waterfall. Maybe Ordeals, but that's going to be a toss-up on that one. Where would you go? Waterfall or Ordeals? If you were Ganon's Gone Wild. And, ooh, the Agamas.
If you're Ganon's Gone Wild, you're probably going to go Ordeals. It tends to be... It has the potential to be shorter. And it gives you the option of, like, because you can go like, if Ordeals contains Oxyale, you don't want to go Waterfall, Ordeals, and then back.
Ooh, but that's a nice pickup for Ganon's Gone Wild. Second ribbon.
Ganon's Gone Wild going to find the second ribbon. ShadowWalker tries to give the TNT to Narek. Narek is not interested in TNT because you can't make a sword out of it. So
Narek's the other one that you actually give the TNT to.
Oh yeah, fair enough. To Smith, it's the power bonk. Oh yeah, he's already got the floater. Okay. Scared me for a second.
Turning in the slab.
So they've both walked past Melman so many times already, but he has to make another trip for it because you don't stay in Melman any longer than you can. Choosing to warp out rather than walk because you don't want to stay in Melman any longer than you have to.
Oh, and I might add, Ganon's Gone Wild opting to skip the Red D chest and is just about to take on Carry 1. So let's see, defense sorting.
Yeah, we still haven't found the Mystic Key. The Mystic Key could be... Oh, man. Will Bloodworth could be correct. The Mystic Key could be in Hairpin Gurgu.
Oh, better question. Did Ganon's Gone Wild finish checking all of Ice Cave?
Not.
I don't...
Oh, all of Ice Cave he did.
Sorry to remember on that one, but... seeing if Quad X is actually going to be able to kill that, Carrie, will it? Yes!
It will.
Yes.
So, at 107... Oh, well, I mean, gonna make a liar. At 107.45, Ganon's Gone Wild gonna light his...
that's a huge pickup for Shadow. Finding X-Cal in the Charizardia Islands. Or, whatever you want to call it. There's literally been like 2 memes on that area already. So
yeah, they're...
Pick them.
You know, the biggest problem with Final Fantasy Randomizer is it doesn't have enough memes. I think we can all agree.
Oh, and there's the third ribbon, too.
There need to be more memes. So we find the third ribbon for ShadowWalker. That's going to be his second. Gregory Puff said, "Can we talk about how good Ganon's Gone Wild is?" Yeah, both of these runners playing incredibly well. Both of them definitely feeling behind. Heart's got to go out to Ganon's Gone Wild. He made the Ice Cave play. That's the play that's nearest and dearest to my heart, but unfortunately it didn't pay off for him. So he's going to have to... he's going to be flying way later. He's going to have to find the floater and waterfall.
But as a positive note, he has cleared 2 of the actual Fiend dungeons and actually found the items that are in there. If Shadow decides to go mode Volcano, he will not have access to that third ribbon or that dragon armor.
Yeah, but ShadowWalker does have his White Mage available, and he's got, there's a Night Learnable life spell, so he's going to have 2 party members with life on them, and one of them's going to probably be 2 ribboned party members with life.
And he'll have 3 total that have life.
It doesn't make... Nothing makes you wipe-proof, but as close as you can get is when your knight has life and a ribbon.
Or life 2. I mean, a life 2 knight, especially if they rolled Fade early and a Fiend is just not going down to physical damage. I mean, casting Fade on a Fiend with a knight, it's useful. And let's see what the fairy gives us today. The key.
The fairy gives us the key, says, "Will Bloodworth, you're wrong." So that leaves the cube and the Oxyale for go mode. So ShadowWalker going to take a look at what the slab leads to. It's still possible that the cube or the Oxyale are loose.
Very true. Very, very true. I'm hoping for something loose on that one. In the best chest in the game.
Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Still possible that the cube and the Oxyale are loose.
Oh, and as chat's pointing out, these giants are wrecking ShadowWalker.
Yeah. Not a time where you'd expect them to really be posing much of a threat, but he is gonna somehow clutch his way through this giant fight and be able to check on this key item here.
And let's see what the Loofahs have in store for us.
It's the
Opal Cheerio.
He's just gonna reset out of that. He doesn't. ShadowWalker definitely feeling behind. He doesn't want to see what that is. He doesn't want to walk that out. He's gonna go to Ice Cave and pick up his Thor hammer.
Now, will he Ganon's Gone Wild reset out of ice? I wonder.
So we know, based on process of elimination, that because the last incentive item is the air, so it's the loose cube, and that could be anywhere.
Yep.
But it couldn't be in Sea Shrine, so the most likely location for that loose cube is Gurgu.
Yeah.
It could be key locked, or it could be in Gurgu. And
Ganon's Gone Wild did skip a single chest, so
yeah, Ganon's Gone Wild. Gotta hope that it's not in Gurgu. He's not gonna want to make that redive, right? So if it's Ganon's Gone Wild, got any chance in this seed, it's gonna have to be key locked. But either way, ShadowWalker making very short work of this ice cave.
Now,
Yeah,
here's the question. Will he reset out or not?
He's gonna full clear it, and you know he's gonna full clear it because once he sees a Thor hammer, he knows that the next item that he's looking for is loose. So he's not gonna leave Ice Cave just to potentially come back and check Ice Cave.
Yep, very true. Ah, Sea Troll tile. Nice. And they go down to a single swing. So...
Trolls are, of course, the mascot, the official mascot of this seed.
Oh.
True
And
Rhyme
a frost diet.
Has anyone been to Marsh at all? Yeah, Canal was in Marsh.
And both of our runners have cleared all of Marsh except for the Helix.
Yeah, so ShadowWalker single dipped Marsh, and Ganon's Gone Wild had to double dip it.
Namely, as wanted to make sure that there wasn't a loose item there when they were out of checks.
Yeah, this seed has as soon as the loose is required, it becomes a bit of a scramble to try and find it. This seed has not been kind to our runners.
Let's see, Heal Helmet, which is very good. Flame Sword, 169 in cash. Cabin, Cure 4ing up that party member. Evilman and Nightmare.
Doesn't matter how great the fight. ShadowWalker could find a 3-eye tile, he probably wouldn't grind it.
I mean, it depends. If the eyes were susceptible to zap, and you could basically wipe the party in a single shot.
ShadowWalker, he doesn't think at this point that any levels are going to make him faster. He just wants to go fast. He needs to find this last loose item. You gotta love a seed where both loose items are not only required but are also trolling people.
Also, to take the time. Also, to take a bit of time, it's about an hour and 15 minutes in. Don't forget to follow our runners. They're putting on not only a show for us, but they're entertaining us completely with everything that they've had to do and everything this seed has had to offer them. I'm sure someone could throw out the link in chat.
Yeah, go ahead and follow our runners, Ganon's Gone Wild and ShadowWalker227. We're also going to take this moment to give a huge shout out to Speed Gaming for hosting us. Thank you also to Sunny for tracking. So, anybody who's interested in participating in the abuse that you're seeing before you, let's get that link to the FFR Discord app.
I mean, I wouldn't call it abuse. I'd say it's more, sculpted fun. And ShadowWalker picking up his nuke in level 6.
And Ganon's Gone Wild going to start flying at 1:16:01. So...
maybe 5 minutes? I don't remember how long, but...
over 10 minutes. ShadowWalker promoted at 1:07.
Also... ShadowWalker checking the elven chests.
Yeah, so
Nothing.
ShadowWalker's checking key locked here. If you're Ganon's Gone Wild, you gotta hope that it's key locked and that it's the last one that ShadowWalker checks and the first one that you check.
So
but
let's
Ganon's
see.
Gone Wild still's gonna check. He's gonna have to check, even when he knows that it's loose. He's still gonna have to check the Cardia Island checks. He's got a lot of chests to go through here.
Very true. And Shadow trying to land at the sea. Sadly, this is not Final Fantasy 3 where you can actually jet with an airship.
Gotta
giving
give
us the rage roar.
Yeah, gotta give a lot of credit to ShadowWalker. He's in a hurry. He feels like he's behind, but he still has a minute to talk to the Hooray Dwarf.
Cloth armor, shield, wooden helmet, iron helmet, great axe.
And there's the cube. And ShadowWalker at 1:17:20 is going to hit what's called no mode. He's not officially in go mode until he gets that Oxyale from the Sky Palace chest. But he no longer needs to check any chests, and it would be surprising to see him check any besides the one that he knows contains the Oxyale.
I mean, he is going to miss out on the dragon armor and a lot of other good pieces of equipment. I could maybe see if he wants to play a bit greedy checking the armory. I mean,
He's-
X-Cal is a good endgame weapon, but armor-wise, that knight's only rocking what? Nothing really crazy. I think
if he needs to buy steel armor, he's got ice armor on there. That's gonna be. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be good enough. Like you've got to expect. He
very
needs to go
true.
fast here. He's got 3 orbs to clear at a minute or an hour 20. He's not gonna feel like he's ahead. This is the point where you get real nervous because you feel like any second you're gonna see a dot done from your opponent. You know, you've almost got like forfeit already written out for it. So both runners definitely feeling behind.
As a positive note, if ganonsgonewild goes and checks dwarves, very soon, he actually would take the lead because of having 2 orbs.
Yeah, that is a fair point. ganonsgonewild has a lot of ground to make up if he checks things in the right order, and that would just be an amazing turnaround after doing the after flying 10 minutes later than your opponent. In a seed that's this tight, so we're
let's see, picking up some spells
hasn't
first.
made the slab check yet. Oh, he. Wait, is he? Has he?
I do not know.
I don't believe he has. No, he can't have. He hasn't translated it yet. So,
however, I'm betting he will go check 2 locations first. He's by dwarves, and he is by Northwest Castle. Would you fly to Would you fly to there if you know that it's either going to be there or loose, and you have the key?
It's hard to say. I don't know, Chad. If you're rooting for ganonsgonewild, send him your energy and hope that he thinks, maybe I'll just go ahead and check Dwarf Cave on the way.
I mean, he'll still have to check the he'll still probably
Dwarf
check...
Cave. He's likely to check Slab on the way out after doing Sky. So if he finds it, he's likely to take the lead.
Going north, going away from it.
He's gonna turn in the Slab first.
And there's the Oxyale.
ShadowWalker picking up his Oxyale. ganonsgonewild gonna pick up his Opal Bracelet.
Now this is sad. I mean, if it was me, I'm there. I'm checking dwarfs. I know, there's still a chance of a loose item. I'm right there. I'll have to fly back to start checking Locke's chests.
Yeah,
so I'd rather just check there.
You would have won this seed because you would have checked Mirage Tower before you even full cleared Earth. Like, you would have not done it already.
I mean, this is the type of seed where no matter what runner, no matter how good our runners are, this is the type of seed where if you lose, I can't fault them for it. It's just, this is the type of seed where it's like you literally have to think about your checks.
Absolutely. So we're gonna be approaching fairly soon the Bridge of Destiny. ShadowWalker. Oh, he's gonna make the greed checks. What is he looking for? He's found an Aegis Shield.
He found an Aegis Shield. And a Flame Shield too, so that'll be useful. I don't know.
The Aegis Shield will be. I don't think the Flame Shield. Oh, his Black Mage is still just sitting on cloth armor. That could be an issue for him.
I mean, the Black Shirt was in Volcano, and he hasn't checked the armor yet.
Yeah, his Black Mage showing that he's still only sitting on cloth armor. So
I mean, as a positive note, he is actually, technically danning the Black Mage, which is allowing for more EXP.
Yeah, I don't know. Gotta find some way to go fast, right? So Ganon's he's seen that the Opal Bracelet is not the thing. He's gonna start checking key locked.
He'll find his actual. He'll find his Oxio, his cube real soon.
So if this is a difficult Topher, this race far from over. Get your bless RNGs out if you want to see a Warmech friend. This seed has been trolly enough. We always want that cherry on top. So let's see an unrunnable Warmech.
Oh, I've seen back-to-back Warmechs before in this tournament.
Yeah, let's see 3
Back-to-back
Warmechs on this Bridge of Destiny. Stop with your hero run. We want to see Warmech.
Checking the grind tiles real quick. Seafood Party Platter being one of them, which isn't bad, actually.
Grind tiles. Why at an hour and 23 minutes in are we thinking it's a good time to grind?
He's got less than level 20 on his characters. So that is a valid reason if you find a good grind tile that you're pretty sure you can actually clear in like one spell to actually use.
Yeah, but you still have 2 fiend dungeons to go through, and they are sky and sea. I feel like you'll find encounters on the way. I feel like unrunnable encounters are going to bring you to level 22.
Which you usually want 24.
He's going to find that power bonk, and
picking up the power bonk. 8 hits and chains. Being ineffective on Tiamat. Let's see. Trying for the Brack strats. Ineffective. 3 hits and chains. Brack comes out again. Ineffective. Also, ganonsgonewild just picked up their cube. Basically 1 damage. I couldn't see what. Thunder using the Thorhammer for 17 damage. Swinging with that X-Cal, 300 chains. And ShadowWalker has lit his second orb at 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 40 seconds.
Yeah, meanwhile at 1:24:30, ganonsgonewild hitting no mode. He knows where he's going now. He knows where the Oxyale is. I don't expect him to check any chests as well. Especially
also,
he got the equipment that was in Gurgu.
Also a actual high five between the runners.
Yeah, a short one, but it was there. So ShadowWalker gonna go to Sea Shrine now. I don't expect him to pay the mermaids a visit.
More than likely not. I mean, despite everything, these runners are actually still very close. Opting to take the Tyro encounter versus just doing that one because
man.
They're up.
I know you need XP, but I mean your opponent is clearing orbs while you're clearing wyverns, you know?
I mean, they're quad Xable, you know, the Tyros are one-shottable.
The wyverns aren't quad Xable until you do some damage to them. Why would you throw 2 quad X's out on the first turn when you're not hurt? Okay. It's fine. So ShadowWalker making very short work of this fiend dungeon. He is going to check some greed chests here. There's always the potential that you see a loose mass mune or something like that, and you never want to put yourself at a disadvantage. And more importantly, like those 4 or 5 seconds aren't going to cost him a race. But
very true.
Skipping those checks can cost him potentially. So if you are rooting for ShadowWalker, you're rooting for an easy Topher at this point, and if you're rooting for ganonsgonewild, you're rooting for something pretty tough.
I mean, ganonsgonewild finally entering Sky. Has got about to level 20 on his fighter, which is pretty good. I have yet to see what ShadowWalker's level is at present.
Lots of unrunnables in C, yeah, so that's likely to trip both runners up. So ganonsgonewild and ShadowWalker both in different dungeons looking to light their third orb.
And ganonsgonewild opting to check the first, 4 free chests in Sharknado Room. Sorry, 3.
Yeah, ShadowWalker is going to grab those 3 chests, but that 4th one requires 2 encounters to check. So it's very rarely going to be checked when you're in go mode. There's no real reason to go for it.
And let's see if Kraken 1 is going to be bad to them or not. I'm hoping for a lot of good things for him.
Yeah, there's plenty to root for from Kraken, but I'm hoping that they're saving all of their energy for Temple of Fiends Revisited. Right, we're only 90 minutes in. I'm worried that this seed is going to end before 2 hours.
I mean, the first hour being that bad is sort of. And ganonsgonewild just about to pick up their Oxyale, running for those rock goals. Gets to Kraken 1, opting to cure 4 up those characters. Though, will he remember to pick up the spells for his knight, I wonder?
I mean, even if he remembers, you got to get live for the night. Yeah, I feel like that's too big a swing.
Oh god! And Kraken 1 was paper.
Kraken 1 can be paper. That's totally fine. Right? It's Kraken 2 that people worry about.
Basically, Kraken 1. Basically, the knight was the scissors, and Kraken 1 was the paper. And ganonsgonewild at 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 40, let's just call it 42 seconds, is now in go mode.
So ganonsgonewild picking up his Oxyale, officially in go mode, and gonna take on these mana cores, right? These kind of fights you want to take on the way, especially when they're unrunnable, and your option is to take the fight or reset out.
And Shadow picking up Cure 4 for his Knight, which is going to be very, very, very useful.
These Knights are going to know Cure 4 and Life. You're so... you're not wipe-proof. Nobody's wipe-proof, but this Topher is going to have to put on a show if he wants anybody to wipe.
I mean, there is a loose nuke in the pool. Something crazy with that.
Oh, there's 3 nukes out there, you know. Yeah, we can hope. Let's hope for bad men with nuke, and a tendency to surprise.
I mean, I've seen nuke on bad men. I've heard about it. I've seen nuke on a pack of sorcerers. In fact, I had to deal with that during my last seed, and that was their first spell too. So if you can imagine, any pack with a lot of nukes and a lot of charge, and a lot of things can be very dangerous.
Oh yeah, Temple of Fiends Revisited, always considered a great equalizer.
Oh, and Shadow picking up his third ribbon. Also, get your blessed RNGs in chat because ganonsgonewild is on the Bridge of Destiny.
He's
Sorry to interrupt you.
Looking for his war mech buddy. He might even take that fight. He can use the levels.
Those red hydras having sleep. Samir is running away from them, most likely. Up to carry 1. Fasting that night. And casting a nuke. Thorhammer's Wing comes out for 8 damage. 4 hits, 84 damage. 2 hits, 14. Nuke comes out on carry. 106 damage, and yeah.
And carry down. And Tiamat, we're trying the Brack strats. Hasn't worked yet, but it's Tiamat. So, still ineffective. So, ganonsgonewild gonna take at least one more round of this fight.
I mean, I've seen Brack, I've seen a first turn Brack on that one, and that was it hits for what, 71 damage?
715 damage, so this fight won't last long either way. And Tiamat, unfortunately, not getting to be bracked down, has to be killed the conventional way, the boring way.
Yep, and ShadowWalker
Still
picking
plenty
up.
of time to brack Chaos, though.
And ShadowWalker picking up their other spells for that night. Setting down. Let's healing up.
And it looks like at an hour and 33 minutes, ShadowWalker is going to take his first Topher dive.
Also, wasting enough stuff to basically be able to set up the inventory properly. And I'd say 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 16 seconds is when he enters Topher.
So yeah, we gotta hope for, or if you're on Ganon's Gone Wild side, you're definitely hoping for a tough Topher.
Ooh, and unrunnable gas dragons.
Unrunnable gas dragons, and we've got Ice 2 charges. We possibly have Ice 3 charges, but
I mean, they do have a mage stick, and the gas dragons, they're made of gas, so fire plus gas equals explosion? Question mark?
Unhappy face. I don't think that that the gas dragons are weak to fire, but yeah, it looks like he's gonna make fairly quick work of this fight and take level 23 from it. So 4-man party, level 23. You got to feel like you're gonna get through here.
Is open to the crazy using that loot, and it has now officially. Well, no, it's already traveled the 2,000 years back in time, but headed towards the Earth floor. And look what Ganon's Gone Wild has to deal with.
So, potentially key. We have fast, but we don't have temper. So that power bonk gonna be still like obviously useful, but without temper charges, if we run into fiends with a high evade or a high absorb, it's gonna take a long while to chip them down, and it's gonna give them a lot of time to do some damage.
I might add, temper was available. I believe it was level 6.
That was level 6 was nuke.
Then it was level 5.
I believe level 5 had fast. I don't know that we saw temper.
I thought we did, but even so, ShadowWalker is just about to take their Lich 2 fight. So let's see how Lich is going to be today.
Chat asking an aside, do we have any idea what kind of effect intelligence was meant to have on spell scaling? Nope. That information belongs to Nasir and
ShadowWalker gets to zap Lich out of existence.
So ShadowWalker twice casting zap on Lich.
And another Agama fight? I remember when we could used to actually have Agama facts.
Yeah, lots of unrunnable fights here in Temple of Fiends. Ganon's Gone Wild is he's on the Kraken floor, so he's approaching lighting his 4th orb. We're gonna say he's a little over a Topher wipe behind, so
I'd say maybe, I won't say 10 minutes behind, but I'd say like 8, give or take. 10 by the time he gets to.
Because I don't expect. Maybe as soon as he kills Kraken, he goes for the orb, or he goes for Temple of Fiends. But there's a good chance that he takes the time to get Life and Cure 4 on his night. There's a little bit of other stuff he might want to do first.
And blink and you'll miss it, and Carry 2 is down on ShadowWalker's side. Opting for Brack Strats, misses. Ganon's Gone Wild, opting for Brack Strats and swings without X-Cowl. 8 hits, 578 damage, and Ganon's Gone Wild has lit his 4th orb at 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 18 seconds.
So Ganon's Gone Wild gonna manipulate some encounters, get back to his airship, and he's definitely eager to go into Topher. We're just gonna see if he considers himself ready.
Very true, and Back in 2. Like 3 hits for that one. Nuke hits for 177. White shirt comes out, making everything easier to dodge. Let 2 comes out from Kraken 2. Not dealing that much. Swinging on that one. Opting for another Thor's Hammer and opting for a nuke again. Nuke comes out again. 175 damage. And Kraken 2 is paper.
Yeah, so far no Gatekeeper manifesting itself. So we're gonna see whether Tiamat 2 or Chaos have anything to say about this seed. But so far it looks like ShadowWalker may be able to finish in like under 145, which for this seed would be fairly impressive.
I know I'm hoping for something crazy, but here's hoping. Let's see, Tia 2 comes, up using the defense sword, white, fast, and I couldn't see what the last spell was. Oh
Lock
yeah, that will be useful. Stun paralyzes the actual black mage. White shirt comes out, making everything easy to dodge. Power bonk comes out, trying for the black stretch and another white shirt. Oh!
That with nuclear and everybody stays alive. So.
And Brack comes out, ineffective.
Cheeky Brack not gonna work.
Arbok again, Cure 4ing, and
Cure 4ing the white mage. Yeah. And yeah. Tiamat
comes out.
Not super interested in winning this fight.
Yeah, he's making it blink.
So we've had 2 power bonk casts. As well as
3.
fast, we're gonna see 7 hits, 743 damage. So Tiamat not packing too much absorb. 8 hits, 1077. Tiamat can't take another hit like that.
And we said what? 1 hour 33 and change.
724. Bill helped. He hit once for 1 damage. So
and call it 1 hour 40 minutes. So ganonsgonewild is about 7 minutes behind. Gets a worm counter. Gets some vamp encounters. Trying to run away from that one.
Twilight Fan Club not going to have anything to say this time. So ShadowWalker on his final floor.
Yep, and going to Chaos. Healing up on all that stuff, because no encounters here.
And he doesn't see his opponent. Like, he still knows that at any point, ganonsgonewild could hit done. Very high stress situation for both of our runners here.
Fasting that Axe will, fight her up. Also appears to be throwing out a lock spell. Lock, very useful because it, helps decrease the evade. Fighting it. Also throwing out the defense sword. 2 hits, 270 some damage on that white mage. Let's go Chaos.
So
that white mage.
ganonsgonewild was 7 minutes behind entering Topher. Remember, he was 10 minutes behind in terms of taking flight. So he's picked up 3 minutes on ShadowWalker.
And Chaos throwing out Quad X and misses.
Yeah.
Going for Brack, nothing. Lock strats, making it easy to hit. Power bonking again. Bracking, Nuke is going to come out. Thor, Fire 3 from Chaos. Not much damage wise.
So Chaos, 8 hits. 8 hits, 102 damage. Chaos, massive amount of absorb, but hasn't shown any real threats.
Yep, Nuke comes out, 146. Opting to try Zap. White shirt comes out again. Lit 2 from Chaos. Zap coming out. Ineffective. Powerbomb comes out. Rack again. Ineffective. Rack again. Zap out. The Powerbomb again on the night. Rack still ineffective. Powerbomb on the night again. Lit 2 from Chaos. 1 damage off of the swing. Zap. Brack going for 2 zaps, going for the White Sword again. Ineffective on that one. White Sword comes out again. Get 2 again from Chaos. Kills that Black Mage. Swinging, it hits, I think 192 damage. Rub, ineffective. Power Bonk yet again. Attacking again. Missing, Rub, ineffective yet again.
Yeah, Chaos with a cheeky rub on Dave had a 3 out of 256 chance of forcing a reset. We're not doing nearly enough damage to Chaos.
Cure 4 again, the 3.
But Chaos isn't doing much damage.
Quad X. 8 hits, was that 76 or 700?
769 damage, so...
Must have been a quit there. 8 hits.
10, we're finally doing damage to Chaos.
The 2 coming out. Nothing on that one damage-wise. 8 hits, 799 damage.
Terminated.
Get your GGs in chat, everybody. For our winner, ShadowWalker.
With an official SRL time of 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 43 seconds, ShadowWalker will finish this race. Get your GGs out. That was quite a race.
Oh, that was terrifying.
And we're joined by ShadowWalker. GG ShadowWalker. How did you feel entering Topher that late?
I felt behind from the 40-minute mark when I full cleared Earth.
Yeah, this seed throwing a whole lot of craziness out at you. I believe that the first person to find Canoe found it at 53 minutes.
I thought it was about an hour, though. It was around there. I think it was around like an hour, not 50, but either way, close enough.
So yeah, that Chaos had a lot of absorb, but not a whole lot of got all the way through his spell list and didn't have any nukes for you. So did you feel, wow, this is a really lucky seed?
I mean, even if he did have nukes or nuclears, I had so many Cure 4 charges walking into that Chaos fight just because the other Fiends didn't do anything. Like, I saw 1 nuclear, but I sliced my way through them before they ever did anything threatening. Yeah,
this Topher did not live up to the hype that the seed gave it. It was fairly straightforward. The Tiamat and the Chaos had a lot of absorbent HP, but they didn't have a whole lot offensively. So, as it looks like, Ganon's gone wild, ready to take his Kraken 2 fight.
I mean, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I don't know. I just forgot what I was going to say. So that's why I said go ahead.
I was going to say, so ShadowWalker. You say you felt behind since you full cleared Earth. When you went and purchased, so like I want to ask you, you went to OnRack and you see you don't have enough money for that raw. Did you ever think then, I could just sail to Mirage and see if those chests have any money for me?
I brainhold Chime. Like, that's why I opened my inventory after full clearing Earth, is because I was like, wait a second, I opened all the chests that I have access to, where can I go? And then I remembered, oh, I've got the Chime. It's in Mirage.
Oh, that's a drag. You and Ganon's Gone Wild were neck and neck, up and like you got the Canoe at about the same time, and the issue is the lead that you had was because you found Floater before he did. He went to Ice Cave first and full cleared Ice Cave, and then went and full cleared Gurgu while he was there. So he wound up flying about 10 minutes after you and entering Topher about 7 minutes after you.
Okay, that makes sense. That's one of the reasons that I always route in ordeals and Waterfall as soon as I get the Canoe, because it's 2 incentive checks real quick as opposed to just going to Ice Cave and doing 1. Like, you can knock out both ordeals and Waterfall by the time you sail all the way over to Ice, get to Ice, do Ice, and then leave.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a great play. It definitely paid off. But that was the seed right there. If Floater winds up in Ice Cave, then it's potentially a different result. It's a nevertheless, that's not to take anything from you. This was absolutely a excellent play by both of you. You're gonna advance to 4-0. What do you think about that?
I mean, my goal for the tournament was going 6-0, and only one or two people can do it based on the way that the schedule's falling. So, gonna need 2 more wins if I'm gonna carry that out.
But that is a lofty goal. I know that there's at least one terrible runner still in the 4-0 bracket that you could get paired up against. You have not had an easy path so far. Taking out who was it?
So
taking
week
out
1 I had Salty Fry, and week 3 I had Spell Zap.
Yeah, you had Salty Fry and Spell Zap. So definitely well earned to get to this point. And you're looking for 2 more wins. Do you feel like you're a favorite to be able to do that, or is there anyone that's still sort of scaring you?
I think at this point there are so many good runners in the 5-0 pool, and if I get paired down the 4-0 pool, and if I get paired down the 3-1 pool, that there are a number of runners that if I go up against, it's a coin flip, to be honest.
Question from chat: are you ready to face Demarine next week?
Yeah, so I was teasing Demarine after her win in advancing to 4-0. I had this feeling that Demarine and I are going to get paired up next week, so look forward to that if that happens.
So Tiamat 2 has Nuke and had Cure 4. So Ganon's Gone Wild having a much more difficult time here.
Yeah.
But now hitting for 1,000 damage. Tiamat 2 had about 2,400 HP, something like that. So should go down to this next swing.
Nuclear again comes out, and then 7 hits, 800 change damage, and
Did
CO2
you
is down.
You did.
1 life charge is all you need.
Yeah, life.
Yep.
Life and Cure 4 on the night, it was going to be very difficult to wipe in this Topher, especially running a 4-man party.
I mean, it would require what? Huge pack of enemies, them having the nuke script, that coming out first, and you getting bad initiative. I think that might have actually wiped.
Yeah, it could happen.
And Ganon's Gone Wild has pulled Chaos right now and visiting up, opting to Defense Sword at the beginning, fasting up that night. Quad X comes out from nothing, defensing up, fasting. They don't have the actual white search, so just having to use Invis 2 in the Defense Sword. Waiting, defensing up. Fire 3 comes out, not much damage on that one. Let's see, waiting with the white mage, waiting with the red mage, power bonking, and waiting again. Waiting, power bonk. Light 2 comes out, kills the white mage, because no levels on the white mage. Waiting with that one, power bonking, and nothing from the black mage on that one. Swinging with the red mage for 2 damage, power bonking yet again. And going for a nice 2 from the black mage. Waiting again for the red mage. 6 hit into Tage. Light 2 comes out again. Opting for the heal 3 for the full party heal. Rub ineffective. Power bonk again. Attacking on that one. Power bonk yet again. And another ice 2. Rub ineffective. Effective on that one. Ice 2 comes out again for 30 something damage. Attacking again, power bonking again, and waiting with the black mage. Lit 3 comes out for damage, 43 chip damage on that one. Power bonk yet again, swinging with that sword. 3 hits, 75 damage. Q4ing that knight with the red mage. Quad comes out ineffective. Swinging 8 hits, 700 and change damage. Waiting again, swinging with that red mage, 3 hits, 75. Few crits. 5 hits, 370 damage. Fire 3 comes out again. Swinging, and waiting. 7 hits, 483 damage. 100 change on the red mage. Swinging again with the knight. 8 hits, 480 some damage. And terminated. ganonsgonewild has... get your TGs in chat. And what's the official SRL time for him?
I'm not sure. I just got kicked out of the SRL room.
1 hour, 53 minutes, and 10 seconds.
Thank you. With the official SRL time of an hour, 53 minutes, and 10 seconds. So, we'll hopefully get ganonsgonewild in here for an interview. Incredible race from both of you. ganonsgonewild, GG.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello?
Oh.
GG, man.
GG. Can you guys hear me?
Yep,
Yeah,
We can hear you.
Okay, cool.
we had a long seed, so we're gonna have hopefully we're gonna have to keep it to a short interview.
Yeah,
So
sure.
real quick, what do you think of that? What did you think of that race?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I felt pretty behind when I double dipped Marsh, double dipped Earth, got absolutely nothing in like 56-minute canoe or something like that. So I figured I probably lost, and I just tried to gamble my way back in, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, you were about you actually had a slight lead when you picked up the canoe, I believe.
Oh, really?
But unfortunately for you, ShadowWalker went to the
With the waterfall.
waterfall before you did.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much the last place that I went. Ice Cave was kind of a gamble that there'd be something there, and then of course it's the Thor Hammer.
Yeah. Everybody, of course, really excited to find that Thor hammer. So this is one of those seeds where both loose items were required, and both of them were a bit of a drag to find. So just despite the high seed or the high finish times, actually still an incredible showing from both of you. You guys a little tired after that long seed, that marathon seed?
I'm just glad to be out of it. I mean, Magic was pretty bad too, and it was just like there was just nothing going for that seed. The first hour was just painful.
Yeah, this is one of the rare seeds we ever saw where the hardest fiend fight before Topher was Lich. Can you guys say anything about that Lich fight or how you guys felt there?
Man, having to kill Lich Vanilla sucks.
Yeah, I was a little bit scared about that fight, but I had some good stuff on my fighter, so I knew I would just grind him down eventually.
Yeah, so with this loss, ganonsgonewild, you're still up there at 3-1, and you're in pretty good company with the likes of the One Fine Day, Lord Fizzlebeef, Salty Fry, and a few other great runners. How you feeling about making brackets? You still have a fairly good chance.
I think that I'll probably have a still good shot to get to 4-2, and then at that point, it's maybe I make it. So I still think I have a good shot, but yeah, I mean, definitely winning today would have been huge, but
after the race you put together here, nobody can count you out.
Yeah, thanks.
So we're gonna move into final thoughts. So we're gonna start with you, ganonsgonewild. Any final thoughts for us today?
Just hope that my seeds are better than that in the future. Other than that, thanks for restreaming and commentating, and GG, and good luck to ShadowWalker. Excellent.
I'm sorry for the seed, by the way. ShadowWalker, any final thoughts?
Yeah, you're not allowed to roll seeds anymore, but GG, ganonsgonewild. That was a close race. A lot closer than I would have liked it to be. But yeah, that was a seed.
Yeah, that was a seed.
Yes, GG's again to the pair of you. Again, don't forget to follow our runners, ShadowWalker and ganonsgonewild. Also, if you feel like it, you can follow my co-commentator, Blastoid, our tracker, Sunny, and myself if you really want to. And don't forget to check out some of the rest of the matches. I think we have like 1 or 2 coming up still.
Yeah, we know at least the High Spirits Will Bloodworth match has been postponed, so that will be on the schedule again at some point. Always looking forward to the result of that race.
That's definitely.
And Demon Frog versus Specty is starting. I believe it's already started.
Depends on the channel, but let's see.
That said, I am a Lastoid. Magus, for Magus and for our tracker, Sunny, we're going to say thank you. We're going to conclude this broadcast, so big shout out to Speed Gaming for hosting us. And if anybody wants to learn more about the tournament...
Chat's pointing out. They're the race after us. We need to leave. Stay tuned for that one.